What's up, you guys? So we are back for another live review of the Real Housewives of Potomac, and I am back with our friends to the channel. We have Kempire. What's up, Kempire?
Hey.
And the lovely Grace Report. What's up, Grace?
Hey, I am so ready for the holidays. Deck the halls.
Yes. Happy holidays to everybody watching. I'm so excited too.
Mhm.
So I have to start off with asking you guys and everyone in the comments, what did you think of this episode? What were your first reactions to this episode?
Ladies first.
I have to be honest. I fell asleep the first time I watched it, and it's not because it's boring. It's because I'm so sick. So I fell asleep, and I woke up, and it was ending. So I just finished rewatching it, and I actually thought it was pretty good. It was a little bit awkward in certain moments, but it was pretty good. I would give it probably a 7 as an episode.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you're not sick for long. That's
hope
my
so.
hope. Yeah, get
I
well
want
very,
Christmas
very
to
soon. Don't it sucks to be sick for a long time.
Mhm.
Kempire, what were your thoughts?
I probably would give this episode an 8, and only because I feel as if this entire episode was really centered around Karen and her reactions and her comedy. For me, she was the best part of this episode. I don't know if they planned that intentionally, but she was at the center of everything, and I was here for it.
Yeah. So what number would you give it, Grace?
A 7. Yeah, I thought it was a really good episode. I would give it a 7 for sure.
Yeah, I would say I want to say about a 7 too. I want to give it an 8, but I want to hold them to a higher standard. I really want them to come with it. So I'm gonna have to say a 7 too, because even though I did enjoy the episode, the things that they were planning for actually came to fruition. So I did enjoy the episode. I enjoyed seeing Candace's video. I enjoyed even them their live podcast episode. I love seeing the projects they were working on come out. I love seeing that. So I'm gonna give it at least a 7, but I still want more.
Mhm.
And
What do you want more of?
I think comedy.
Oh.
Because my favorite episode of The Real Housewives of Potomac, my favorite recent episode, not this season, but I think it was last season, was the one at Giselle's house. And it was a tent set up, and then Karen rolls up and she's like, "Are we COVID testing? Like, what is going on here?" That episode and all of the comedy in that episode with Candace, how she was coming through like she was in a horror movie, the projector. Like, that was probably my favorite, most recent episode. And so I want to see more of that. Whoever edited that episode, I want them to come back and edit some of these episodes. Yeah. So somebody said we ushering in the spirit. Yes. We're ushering in the spirit with my gospel music, my intro. But we actually started off at Giselle's house. Karen comes over to Giselle's house, and she's ready. She has on her Under Armour outfit, and she's ready to see Giselle's house. And Giselle shows her around. Giselle has finished her home. What did y'all think of Giselle's home? Grace, I'm gonna start with you. What did you think of Giselle's home?
You know what? For Giselle, it was great. I actually liked it. I didn't like, I don't know what it is with her and those black and white kitschy design, accessory thingies. I hate those. But other than that, it was really, really cute. The sparkly wallpaper was an interesting choice in the living room. Don't know if I would go with it, but it's her personality. I would say it was pretty good because you guys remember when she started out that purple, deep purple wall. She stepped it up. We have to give her credit.
So are you saying it's pretty good for Giselle or pretty good overall?
It's pretty good for Giselle, I'll say. Yeah.
That's
and pretty good overall. Yeah.
I feel like for Giselle, it's okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Kempire?
Well, because the first time watching, I was like, what is happening here? But it's good bones. The house is good bones. I think she just doesn't have taste. So I think that makes a big difference. It's not a terrible house, because trust and believe, some people's house you go and you're like, how are you living? You know what I mean? So I can see what she's trying to do. I think she made some interesting choices that work, and then some interesting choices that I personally would not like. But for me in that moment, it was really more about Karen's reaction versus what
Yeah.
she would say to Giselle, and then versus what she was saying in her confessional. But for me, that was what stood out.
Right. Because what she said to Giselle is, oh, this is beautiful. I love this. And then in her confessional, she was like, I want to be able to compliment more than the chandelier. And I kind of felt her on that because I also felt the same way about the black and white and some of the stuff they zoomed in on, and you could see it wasn't really a match. You know what I mean? So I wonder why Giselle, it seems like she doesn't want to hire an interior decorator. You know what I mean? And the same thing with her own fashion style. It's like she sticks with Kyle. I think Kyle also styles her fashion. And it's like, I don't know. It seems like she's adverse to hiring people to help her with her style.
Is she cheap?
Is she?
Makes me wonder.
I mean, cheap and that's okay.
Wait, cheap and what?
It just seems like her style. Like someone can have money, in my opinion, and not have style.
Oh,
and someone can be, have a very low income and still have style.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't feel like Giselle has style. You know what I mean? So that's all.
Because if you look at her, she wears the most expensive jewelry of the bunch. She has so many Van Cleef bracelets and necklaces and Cartier everywhere and stuff.
Are they real?
Great question, especially with the Jen Shaw thing.
That's the only reason why I'm thinking, oh wait, are they real? Because she wouldn't be the first housewife to have fake stuff.
Yeah.
Just saying.
It's true. I know Wendy's been called out on Real Housewives of Potomac, and I believe Ashley, she had the fake Mugler the other day, right? That ugly bodysuit thing.
Oh, I know it. Because remember in the comments, somebody kept saying that's Mugler. And I was like, no, I know that's Fashion Nova. Like, I know that is not Mugler. I know it's not Mugler. But I do have to say this. Okay. So when I buy designers, like all my Chanel, Louis Vuitton is real, but I also sometimes regret it. And I sometimes wish I could find very good fakes, very good alternatives. I have to be honest. Yeah.
Go on consignment. Get them like secondhand or vintage or something like that, perhaps. That might be like a good way.
Maybe we got to talk later, Grace. Maybe. But yeah, so Karen brings gifts for the girls. She said she was late to their birthday party, and I guess she didn't get to bring them their gifts. And we've noticed before that it seems like the connection between Karen and Giselle seems to be Giselle's kids. Like Giselle appreciates how Karen kind of like cares for her kids. So what did y'all think about that moment when she brought them, I think it was Gucci necklaces?
Yeah, bracelets.
Bracelets, okay.
I love seeing Karen with the children. But we always say I love seeing Giselle with her girls. But did you see the look on the girls' face when they saw Karen? I've never seen them happier.
Yeah,
they saw the Gucci bags. I don't know if it was Karen. It was the Gucci bags.
No, I don't know about that. I mean, I get excited too, and I glow when I see Gucci too. But but I really believe in that moment because remember, that's their connection is their children. So I feel like they've grown up with Karen, and I think Karen is actually a genuine person when you're around her, and the girls probably really do enjoy her.
Yeah, I think they do. I don't know. It might have been the Gucci bags, though. I don't know.
It could be both.
But we do have a super chat. Let me let me click on it. Okay, let me click on it the right way. Oh, yes. We love the cash register. Listen, it's Christmas time. I got kids. Oh, my God. I don't want to bring up the video of my kids. But my kids' Christmas performance, my son really surprised me. He was like so good. He is 5 years old, and they put him like center stage, and he was doing all the dances full out. He was singing full out, like, and almost like with precision. And he don't act like that at home. But when it came to performing, like he was giving you precision, and I was so proud. Yes, I did an extra special Christmas for him. So if y'all want to donate to the cause, let me find. I have to click on this super chat. Here it is. It's Trent.
It's Trent.
Yes. He said Giselle's decor looks like she's trolling us. Oh my God. Same with her fashions. He said, also, I wonder how much the feds would find in Karen's wardrobe. Do y'all think Karen is also I see you biting your nails. Do y'all think Karen is also wearing like the faux designer?
I would think so. I think she got called out for the Endy, like Trent is talking about. Trent is talking about. Was it that beautiful dress she had that day? Yeah.
Yeah,
She
but
goes to
don't you
Canal
know-
Street.
you said Canal Street. Not Canal Street.
How do you ladies feel about that though? I mean, if you're going to wear something, why not buy the real thing or just wear something else that, you know what I mean? Like, why wear something fake?
Well, I'll say this. Like I said, I don't wear fakes. And sometimes I regret buying, expensive things. But at the same time, and I'll put a link up. I use this website called Fashion File, where you can buy stuff and sell it back for 75% of the purchase price. And so that's the website I use, and it kind of like makes me feel better that I know I can sell it back. So I'll put a link up. I have to find my link. My sister said, not Canal Street. And this is coming from France. She's talking about Canal Street.
I'm the same way. I went to Turkey the other year, and they are known for their fakes, and they had like really good like fake Van Cleef and stuff. And I was like, I can't like buy the fake. You know what I mean? Because a lot of stuff that you like for me, like the Van Cleef, I loved it, but it's like I don't live a Van Cleef lifestyle, so it's just like weird to have this stuff and you don't live the lifestyle. So that's the reason why I personally don't believe in buying fakes. It's like it just the lifestyle doesn't match, so I don't know.
Honestly, you would be shocked at the people that you see down on Canal Street who's buying the fakes.
I heard so much people do it, right? Like some people were caught, even some French celebrities were caught in Turkey buying fake bags, like Hermes, Chanel bags and stuff like that. Yeah. Once you already have that image, people think you're rich, like you can get away with it. Yeah. But like me, no.
The thing when you're buying fakes, you're really missing out on the quality of the real.
Yes.
I disagree because I feel like I don't know if I have anything here, but I feel like when I get the stuff, like I have some Louis Vuitton earrings. When I look at the earrings, I feel like, okay, but they're not like, I believe they're gold plated. Like
they're plated, yes.
Yeah, they're not, the quality to me is not heads and tails above the rest. And that's why I say sometimes I regret spending so much money.
I agree with certain things. Like the earrings I could probably see, like jewelry I can see maybe not the same level, but there's certain like leather goods from some of these brands. It's worth
leather? Isn't leather?
No,
no,
I feel like I'm so I see a lot of fakes here. People go to Little Africa to buy fake things here, and you can tell like a real designer bag from a fake one like so easily. The quality is just not there on the fakes.
Okay. What's up, Sheridan? Sheridan was on my channel. Oh my God. She had me laughing so hard. I did this video. It was called Church Girls or something like that. She was talking about Beyonce. But thank you for the super chat. She said, for Layla's son for being an ultimate performer. Yes, he is. But in that meeting, and also Sheridan also has a YouTube channel, by the way. If you go, I believe it's under her name, Sheridan Davis. If you search Sheridan Davis, her YouTube channel will come up. And it's definitely an interesting channel. While Karen was at Giselle's house, they had a little tea session, which I thought was so cute. Even though, I have my qualms with both of them, I like seeing them gossip together. They were gossiping about Mia, and Giselle was relaying the message. Mia is kind of making it seem like she bought Jacqueline's Porsche. So Giselle was relaying that message. And then also she was saying that she saw them showering together. Giselle loves the water. She loves the pool and, everything to do with water. And when she was in the pool, she said she could see from her vantage point, she could see Jacqueline and Mia showering together. Now first of all, I have my first question. I've never stayed at a place where the shower was at the window. Have y'all ever seen that?
Nope.
Yes.
But this is Miami, so.
Where did you see it, Grace?
For me, it was in Romania. Remember when I went for that wedding last year? I was in the mountains, and so the shower was overlooking the mountains, and I had these birds, like these cute little birds floating around like Snow White. Yeah, it was amazing.
Okay. Oh, I would love that. A shower and you see the mountain view. I would love that. But I guess that particular home they were staying at in Miami was set up, for the shower. Basically, you could see the pool view, and the pool view could see you too. And Karen, what she said made sense. Karen was like, well, if you saw them taking a shower, that means they wanted you to see them taking a shower.
I agree.
You do. So what are your thoughts on that?
Mia and her friend are just weird people. It's not even like the fact that like they do these things. It's the way that they try to play coy, but not coy about it. Like, for example, when Wendy called it what it was, Mia had like a heart attack. She flipped out. She got violent just to come back and act like she's so casual and open about this sort of thing. You know what I mean? And then her and Jacqueline, they deny, but then cop up to some stuff. I don't like it. I feel like they need to be straightforward or just hide it in general. I don't like the back and forth. Yeah.
What about you, Kempire?
I don't get them. Obviously, I think at this point, especially after this episode, we know they've been together. They've done all the things together. They've done it together. They've done it separately. The Porsche. I don't know, because the things with what's her name, Mia. Mia, she lies a lot, so I don't know if Mia really did buy the Porsche.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't think so.
Yeah, I feel like Mia was lying there. She just wants to seem like she's a boss, and then she brings up that Gordon doesn't have any money, and I'm like, nothing she says makes sense. Yeah. We know Gordon has all the money. Come on now.
Does he? Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
You pretty sure? Because when she said that, I was like, because you know everything that's unfolded with their business. No, it just made me wonder. I don't know. I don't know that Gordon has all the money.
Watch she clean that up later. Mm-hmm. She's gonna be like, oh no, he has the money. Come on.
Okay. Yeah, she disclosed her salary. She can't afford the rent and then like everybody in the house and all that stuff on her salary. She said she makes like $450,000. I think she said she can't afford all that on her salary.
Yeah. Which I just want to say you could do on YouTube. I have, of course, the business of blogging. What is my website? Go to majorkeyalerts.com. I made a shorter website because my full website, I think it's called, you can go to Business of Blogging with Layla Lynn or the Business of Blogging with LaylaLynn.com. But I made a shorter website if you go to Major Key Alerts, because you know how when you're teaching somebody something and you want them to take notes of certain things you're saying. And so I call them major keys. So go to majorkeyalerts.com. If you thought about YouTube or even thought about blogging, even on a different platform, I talk about the business of blogging, like behind the scenes, what you need to do to set yourself up in a way to where it's a strong business. Because when you're on social media, obviously, you don't own it. Like you don't own your YouTube channel. You don't own these different platforms. So I talk about how to set up your business if you are thinking about becoming a content creator.
Important stuff.
Yes, very important. All right, you guys. So, Mims. Okay, let me click through. Okay, here's Mims. Mims. First of all, Make It Make Sense is a YouTube channel. I was on his channel for a colorism panel, and he had all us chocolate girls up there talking, and I really respected it. He said the episode was a solid 4. Ooh, okay, solid 4, but I deducted a point for the live podcast. He said Giselle is going to monetize off her tackiness. She'll get a Shein endorsement by year end. Oh my God. I feel like her head is too big for Shein. But Shein is where it's at. Like for Giselle, that's where it's at. And then he also said, thank you. He also sent another super chat and said, anybody else notice the pure joy and excitement on Robin's face as Mia and Jacqueline potential intimate relationship was discussed? I don't believe. Yeah, I think that was a joke. He said, I don't believe Mia examined Jacqueline's baby door
with a flashlight.
Baby door.
I think she examined it with her tongue or her fingers, not a flashlight.
Yeah. I feel like when she said that flashlight thing, I feel like she was joking, but apparently it gets carried back. Like they took it serious, it gets carried back.
Yeah, she's not smart. She's doing like Candace did when Candace first came around and Karen had to put her up on game saying, stop putting all your business out here. They're not asking you because they want to be your friends or they want to be nice. They're asking you because they want to make you look stupid, you know? And she just keeps falling for it. Hook, line, and sinker, and it's like, oh my God, like, are you okay?
Yeah,
probably because she's not that smart.
Yeah, like it really shows in these conversations. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, and I think we talked about last week how Candace seems to get confused about how people treat her off camera versus on camera, and that's why she thinks people like Robin are her friend, because off camera they're friendly towards her. On camera, Robin and Ashley, it's a different story on camera. Yeah, so baby door Baby door. Baby door. Wow. I've never heard that. I don't think a lot of us have heard that. What's up, Ty? Ty said, Layla's classes are the truth. I'm a student with proven results. Oh, yes, girl. I'm a 6-figure earner at YouTube now. Yes. I think her job was stressing her out. I'm not going to get into what her job was, but it seemed like a male-dominated job. And so now she's doing her own thing. She does like history, like hot mess history, Ty's hot mess history, like drama from the past that you might have missed. She's going to catch you up.
Check her out. By the way, Giselle's wig looked really good in that scene. It was a better color for her. I find that the yellow blonde usually washes her out. I like this caramel. What did you guys think of it?
I like caramel, a little bit brownish. I agree that suits her. I feel the same way about Robin as well. That it needs to be brown and blonde.
See, nice. Really, really good. I haven't seen her look that good in a long time.
Yeah. I love it. All right, guys. So then we go to a scene where Wendy is hospitalized for her kidney stones. In a previous episode, she did comment that she wasn't giving enough attention to her kidney stones. And I think she said she was trying not to drink water because she was trying not to have to go to the bathroom, which was really like red flag. Like, don't do that to yourself. Don't not drink water so you don't have to use the bathroom. That was awful to me. But you see where it landed her. It landed her in the hospital. And it was crazy to see. What did y'all think about that moment?
So rude, but I thought it was kind of boring. I'm sorry. I thought it was kind of boring, but
agreed.
Right? I was like, it's a great PSA, but I don't know.
And I think they're just leaning into the whole, this is my storyline. I'm because I don't understand how and I'm not a doctor. You guys will get me together in the comments, but I don't understand how your storyline, I'm just too busy, and the kidney stone situation are correlated.
Yeah.
So I was just like, okay, Wendy, feel better. Because I hear kidney stones are the worst.
That's what I hear. I never had them too, but I think the correlation, I know this sounds crazy, but I think the correlation is her saying that she doesn't drink water. She's too busy to drink water and go to the bathroom. And that's why she had to have surgery for her kidney stones instead of passing her kidney stones.
I don't know why she would admit that. I'm kind of scared of people who don't drink water. Like,
yes, that's so bad to me. Like, what you mean you don't drink water? Like, I'm tripping.
There's a lot of people, though. There are tons of people that do, first of all, that don't drink water. And there are tons of people that don't drink enough water. And I'm mad as hell that I did not grab my water bottle for this live. But I always have it on my desk.
Yeah. You can post your link because you do the cold water. Is it called
the coldest water?
Coldest water.
Yeah.
So Kim Parry does the coldest water affiliate where he has his water bottles. And it's just a reminder to drink water. I remember I used to do for a brief period of time, I was in the military. And one of the orders is drink water. Like, drink water. That was like literally an order, like, drink water. And it's even my kids, I send them, all of us, like for school, their school requires you send them to school with water containers. Drink water. Because your body is like, I think 70% water. It's not a joke. It's not a joke. You have to drink water. All right, guys. So let me move on. Let me try to go faster. So Ashley Darby has her nanny over, and she tells her nanny that her daddy Michael, found her a new house. She's so excited. She's so excited. Now, I feel like Ashley doesn't know how to live on her own. She said last week she's scared to leave Michael. I feel like the time, between like 21 and 30 is when you learn how to live on your own. And I feel like she spent that time with Michael. So she is behind in some ways. Financially, she may be good. She may be sitting on a good savings or whatever, or good investments. But I feel like mentally, she didn't mature the way she needed to mature. So she's telling her nanny that Michael found a house.
Why are you telling your nanny this?
Because she ain't got no friends.
She doesn't have friends, yeah. You only have the friends you pay for. Yeah. I get it.
That's the only thing that stood out to me in that moment. Because I'm like, why? I was like, is this the nanny she's telling her personal financial information to? Weird.
But Ashley has no boundaries. She's a very boundaryless person because there have been a lot of things she's said and done, even like around her family, where you're like, I don't think a person with normal boundaries would say or do these sorts of things around their family. But I digress.
It's a lot. It's a lot. Even the conversations she has with even Uncle Lump and his wife. I could never see myself having those conversations with my uncle. But I understand it's a different situation.
And that's more like her parents, Uncle Lump. I feel like he looks at him as more like a father figure.
Yeah, Daddy Lump. I love him. He be laying it down.
And he still has a moment that's coming up very soon that he's going to lay it down for her.
Yeah. So Robert and Giselle go look for a theater. They look at a theater for their live podcast, and they're concerned about it looking empty. And they say they actually need to sell 89 more tickets for it not to look empty. And they also share that they
a lot more than 89. That thing was empty. Like 250 they needed to sell.
Right, yeah, because doesn't it hold like 400 people?
Yes, exactly. It was empty, like 50% empty. I told y'all last week, I was like, that thing does not look even 50% full.
Listen, I told y'all I would have went. If it wasn't a school night, I would have went. I would have been one of those 89.
Empty. It was a beautiful theater. Have you ever been to that theater, Layla?
No, I don't think so. I didn't catch the name of it. I don't like cold weather, but I have to go to DC for Christmas for a certain reason, and it's at a theater. So I don't know if that's the same theater I'm going to be going to, but I will let you guys know.
It looked like a beautiful theater, a great space.
Okay. I'd rather be on an island. But they said they invested $10,000 of their money. And I want to know what you guys think, about their whole podcast in general and them investing $10,000 of their own money, not having any sponsors. What do you guys think about that strategy? Kempire, you have a podcast.
I do. With 1 million downloads?
Kempire. I feel like, listen, before I started doing these live recaps or whatever, like it's not many people that other people have seen me collaborate with on YouTube. The same with you, Grace Report. When I saw you, I don't know what you're reviewing. I want to say it was Indian matchmaking, but I'm very particular about who I connect with, especially on YouTube. And so YouTube, I feel like, I don't know how to, maybe I'll just say blessed, but I feel like I have, something to take you further. And I feel like Kempire, Oprah, like, you know what I mean? I feel like it's all the same.
Thank you. But I was so shocked by that particular moment because I'm like, okay, you just last week were telling us that you had 1 million downloads. The podcast is doing well. You're part of the Black Effect Network. You don't have advertisers. You're lying. Yeah. And you don't have sponsors. You're lying. I'm thinking maybe they're just not interested in sponsoring this tour, especially if you can't get people in the seats. Which I'm surprised because you would think that they would be. They're on this major platform. Bravo's a huge platform. Real Housewives of Potomac is a huge platform. They should be able to sell out 400 tickets. We're saying
on a school night.
Well, people go out if they want to see you. They go out. They don't care. Especially the fans of Potomac.
There's like stadium concerts on like weekdays and stuff like that. People will cross, I don't know if they can
fill a stadium, but come on.
Adele could still sell out on a school night, But 400 people, I felt like was really low. Because, for example, I know there are some podcasters who do live shows and are really successful with it. I know Watch What Happens Live. Watch What Crappens Live. They do those things and they sell out bigger stadiums than that. There's Heather, what's her name? Like the brunette lady, Heather something.
McDonald.
Yeah, her. Like I know she already was on TV with Chelsea Lately and stuff like that, but like she had less of a role on TV than Giselle and Robin, and she sells out bigger stadiums than that. So it was kind of, I think it kind of confirmed that it's mainly Bravo trying to make Giselle into the queen bee of the show, but that the audience doesn't really love her and Robin. I felt like it was confirmation.
I did a poll on my community tab a couple of weeks ago, and I was actually pretty shocked by the find. I don't know why I was shocked. I just never thought of it. And I asked, who is the Queen of Potomac? And overwhelmingly, at this point, I think like over 15,000 votes, people voted like 80% Karen Huger. 80%.
Yeah. That was the wrong one. I wanted this one.
It's true.
I agree. I agree. I have this thing with visuals. I consider myself a producer. So I look at the whole picture, and with visuals, I did not like that they didn't have a set. I don't know if you guys have heard of a podcast. I think it's done now, but it was called Two Dope Queens. And they ended up actually, Grace, you've heard
HBO and everything. Yeah.
Who's the head of that?
Or something.
Oh my God. I want to say Phoebe.
Yes.
And I don't want to call her Jessie Jackson. Jessica Jackson.
What happened to it?
Well, I think it ran its course, but it did very well. But I just want to talk about like just the fact of having a set. Like I'm gonna find a picture. I'm gonna put it up here before this episode is done. But I just feel like when you're giving people something, like you can give them a set, and if you're spending $10,000, I just feel like give the people a set, give the people a show. Like even when they had Juan on, I feel like Juan should have been like in a real hot seat. Like I feel like they didn't make the most of that moment. But I do want to say,
oh yeah, what was that? Oh my God. The 3 worst dancers on stage, please. Oh my God.
But it was their first, I think it was their first one. So maybe they have room for improvement, right? Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys. All right. So Candace, she films her music video with Trina, and she's doing crunches to make her abs pop, which I never understood until now. I was like, okay. But what did you guys think of Candace in that moment filming with Trina? The song is called Insecure.
You know what I will say? I'm going to open up my Spotify and see how many streams it has now, because last time I looked, I was a little disappointed in the Candy Canes because I thought that they would have been streaming it nonstop, but they're not. So I'm trying to figure out how many streams it has, because last time I checked, it only had 2,000 streams. Oh, it has 61,000 now on Spotify. So that's good.
61,000. Wow.
Yeah. It was 2,000 like last week or something like that, or 2 weeks ago. I was like, come on, Candy Canes. Come on now.
So on Spotify, what is a lot on Spotify? Because I feel like everything is relative. What is a lot? What is a lot?
I don't know what would be considered a lot. It really depends. You know what I mean? Because she's not going to be. You can't compare her to someone like a Nicki Minaj, or you know what I mean? Because they're in the millions and billions. So I think that's pretty good for her, especially being on the platform that she's on. Mm-hmm. I don't think that's bad. I don't love the song. I think I prefer Drive Back more than this particular song. But to have Trina on the song is a major deal for her.
Yeah. I
listened to the song right before this live cast. I said, let me just really listen to the song again. She sounds nice. I don't like the song.
Yeah. Well, I felt a moment. I feel like I'm an empath, and I love Trina. And I just felt, I know it was a small thing, but when Trina came out and she told Candace she looked beautiful, sitting on top of the car. And I just felt like Candace really needed to hear that. Like, I felt like the connection you saw between Trina and Candace was real. And I felt like Candace needed somebody to tell her in that moment where she's kind of nervous or whatever, just that small compliment, you look beautiful. I just felt like it was a little moment. And so I loved it. I love seeing her film with Trina instead of filming with somebody who has all this drama. You know how the housewives are. Like, it's supposed to be drama or whatever. So I don't hate on them for the drama, but I just like seeing like a breath of fresh air, like seeing her film with Trina, somebody established in the industry, and seeing Trina compliment her and her compliment Trina. It seemed like a little moment to me.
And I loved her Pat McGrath lipstick. I love that thing, the lipstick or whatever it is, the glittery one. I saw Naomi Campbell in it too when it first came out.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I love that thing, by the way.
Oh my God, Mims is back. Mims, you guys are supporting my kids' Christmas. Listen, I have my tree here. But if you look under it, it's no gifts. I have so much stuff I need to order, but thank you, Mims. I really appreciate it. He said in my Carly Red voice, it was all a lie. Oh, okay. Okay, this is interesting.
I agree.
To profit 14K, yes, they would have had to sell 24K in tickets. I wouldn't have gone if the tickets were free. Dang, Mims. Dang.
You also have to keep in mind too, not necessarily just in ticket sales. They would have had to profit also from the merchandise. We have to remember they were selling merchandise as well.
Mhm.
Okay, like T-shirts, because I didn't see the merch. Was it like T-shirts?
T-shirts, some other stuff were there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably like mugs and stuff
Maybe
like
they were
that.
overpriced merchandise, and that's how they made their money back.
Do you think they made it back though? For real? Because they invested 10K. It was half empty. And typically, how does the bar work? Do you split 50-50 the bar profits with the venue, or do you?
Depends on what you negotiate.
That's what I wonder. I feel like they probably broke even or were under. Because at least Monique was honest about losing money during her live podcast. So I think they're capping.
You do.
Yeah.
Okay. So
maybe they also got money from production for them to film it. So that's how they made.
I don't think so.
I
don't think so. From what I heard, for certain events, production requires them to pay for it themselves. That's part of being on the show.
Yeah.
Is that you pay for your own events because you're showcasing that you're, of a certain status.
I've heard that they give them something. They don't give them a lot, but they do give them something. It's not a tremendous amount of money. It's definitely not $10,000 that they're giving them.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a little, I don't know if that was a lie or not about that 14K. What I will say, what I noticed about the audience, even though it was thin, to me, they seem really engaged. Like they seem happy to be there. Like these are their biggest fans. And sometimes a small audience can make a lot of money. Even when we talk about like the thing with the churches and the fraudulent churches or whatever. I forget the guy in New York or whatever. But he has a small congregation and people are accusing him of fraud. And it's like, he keeps saying, well, he just has a small congregation, but you can make a lot of money off of a few people if they're really invested in you.
Yeah.
So I don't know, you guys, 14K. I don't know. I
don't believe them. I mean, they're I don't know if you both saw them on Watch What Happens Live last night. The way that they lie through their teeth, I can't believe a word that's coming out of their mouths. So I don't believe them investing $10,000 because that didn't look like $10,000. I don't believe that they made a profit of $14,000 because, like Minister said, they would have had to make 24. So it's just like the math is not mathing.
It's not. But you know what is mathing? Robin's alleged laziness, because every season Juan drags her, and they did it again at the live podcast. Did you remember where she was trying to go like, oh, like, is it reasonable or shady when your partner starts vacuuming like in the morning? And so Juan was like, what time were we talking? And then, he's like, because at like 11 a.m. it is reasonable to start cleaning up around the house. I was like, well, there you go, Robin.
Yeah.
There you go. Walked right into that one.
I would never understand that relationship.
I mean, I cannot stand her.
I don't know what's going on, but I think I got some super chats. My sister is texting me. I don't know if y'all can hear it. My sister texts me.
We can.
Yeah.
Okay. So y'all don't mind if I check my phone real quick?
No, go ahead.
Okay. Our fave in here, J.I. again.
Yes, but it's another one before that. Let me see. Okay, we got Mims. And then Trent. We love you, Trent. Let me click on it. He said, Green Eye Bandits come to Florida, but bring the sunscreen. Yeah, do your podcast in Florida. Do it in like a city. And see what happens. I don't know what would happen. But yeah, I'm trying to go to Miami like this week. So I'm all for it, bringing it to Florida. Make It Make Sense said the audience was all
I mean, he might be right, because you saw Robin's mom was out there selling the merch. She had one of the twin daughters, Giselle's twin daughters, out there selling the merch. It was a family affair.
Yeah.
I saw her dad in the audience too, by the way. Yeah.
Who's dad?
Giselle's dad.
Oh, really?
I didn't even notice that.
Oh, wow. They didn't give him no mic.
No.
You
know what happened last time?
Yeah. So they didn't give him no mic. Wow. And so JL, I'm trying to find JL. Here it is. He said Candace could have bought 2 homes with Dorothy's money she's spending on this flopping singing career. Time to hang it up. Flat screen. Oh my God, you guys. I felt like this. I can say this. Not living too far from the DMV area, when her album first came out, it was in the rotation. Like her songs were on the rotation on the radio. But what do you guys think of Candace's career? And I will be right back.
Okay. Grace?
The one thing about Candace that I do not like is that she runs her songs into the ground. Because she had that song, I See You. She used to sing it over and over and over. Then she made the Go-Go remix and kept singing that over and over and over.
I like the Go-Go remix, though.
You do? Mm-hmm. I forgot what it sounded like. I think I'm like sound blind to it now because I've heard it so much. And then she did the same with Drive Back. She's saying that over and over. And then it's like, I can't with these songs anymore. But overall, I think she has a decent enough voice. I just don't think the songs are great. Like there's some singers who have great voices. Like I love Tamar's singing voice, Tamar Braxton, but I don't think she gets the greatest songs. You know what I mean? Like I think she could have done more with better songs. And I think that's what's happening with Candace. What about you?
I agree. Because I literally listened to Insecure right before this. Because I was like, let me listen to it in full.
Yeah.
I don't love the song itself. I think she sounds good. And I've seen some live footage from her tour that she was doing, and she sounds good live too. I'm not loving all the songs, and I did give her her album Deep Space a listen. It just didn't connect for me. I did like Drive Back. I was like, this is kind of cute. This is a nice little bop to me. I preferred it more than the original I See You. I don't think it's a wasted thing to do if this is what she's always wanted to do and she's using the platform to do it, and she's also doing other things. She got her MBA. She's acting. I think she should probably focus on the acting now.
Yeah, she's on All Black, and I am going to watch that show. Hush, I believe is the name of the show. I am going to watch it because it looks good. And then I want to click. Airy January said, love this panel. Layla's attempts to be fair. I do try. I pride myself on seeing both sides of the issue, so I do try to be fair. Kempire's facial expressions. And Grace reports friendly shade. Always makes a great RHOP. I agree with all of that. That's us in a nutshell. That's us. So at the podcast event, which I'm going to say I did enjoy the podcast, but I do feel like I enjoy Giselle. I feel like if you look at it, Giselle is the one standing up, talking to the audience. She's projecting her voice, like she's engaging with the audience. And Robin seems a little bit pulled back. She's sitting down. She's kind of making faces. And it really gave me that coattails. Like Robin is on Giselle's coattails. So when we see her with this blind loyalty to Giselle, it's real. You know what I mean? But what did y'all think of the actual content of the podcast from what you heard?
What's that face for?
I was taking notes like Karen was of what not to do at my live show. I mean, look, podcast live shows are not a new thing. I think they were finding this was their very first one. So I wasn't watching this like, oh my God, this thing is terrible. For me, for the show, it was entertainment that they were doing this. I didn't take what they were doing serious. I didn't pay attention to the dynamics between Giselle and Robin. That's just a given, their relationship. I think maybe they should have done a sound check before because I don't understand why Robin's mic wasn't on, but maybe that was intentional. Robin Bryant. What? I don't
know. Yeah. The drunk host. What about you, Grace?
Karen was my favorite part of the podcast in the audience. So that's how much I enjoyed it.
Yes, I loved it. For those of you watching, we want to thank you for joining us on this Monday. Happy holidays. And we appreciate you joining us. And I just want to say, I appreciate the people who are sending super chats and the people who support my channel, Kempire's channel, and Grace Report's channel in general. For myself, I haven't started my Christmas shopping yet, but we're trying to get gifts under this tree for my kids. So I appreciate those of you who are contributing to the gifts. All right, so there's a scene when Karen visits Gordon and Mia. And the first thing, this will make me leave. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. And I don't have this problem, but if somebody's husband compliment me in a way that makes me uncomfortable, it makes me want to leave. And so as soon as Karen walks in the door, she's like, do I need to take my shoes off? Is this, one of those types of homes? And just, Gordon is like, no, keep your shoes on. But it's kind of flirty, like he has some type of foot fetish or something. What did y'all think of that?
I thought the same thing. I was like, this is uncomfortable. But she seems like she's gotten used to his personality, so she's kind of okay with it. Because I think she's probably already set the boundaries with him. But I noticed it too, and I was a little uncomfortable. I personally, if I didn't have to film, I would not be going to her house where he is.
Yeah.
Right.
Same vibe. It's one of those ones where, like, if your friend goes to the kitchen to fetch you something and you're left alone in the living room with her husband, you're like, oh my God.
But that's bad. Like,
he's very creepy. He's like so weird. I don't like that type of I'm like you. I don't like that. If I was wearing like, because a lot of guys have like foot fetish or something, and you're wearing something with your toesies out, and he compliments it. You're like, let me cross up all these toes, make them as ugly as possible.
But she's filming, but she's sort of like, it's only so much you could do, because we would talk about it, and she came looking a mess to their house. Ew.
Grace is gonna cross her toes. Okay. But I feel you. Like I said, I would just leave. I don't like stuff like that. It makes me severely uncomfortable. Like, I will walk in and be like, all right, you know what? My kids just texted me. I gotta go. But it was an important meeting, because in that meeting, Karen tells Mia about her and Giselle's conversation. All this gossip, it has to pass through the different people. So Karen tells Mia that she had this conversation with Giselle about Mia and Jacqueline enjoying showering nude together. And Karen is like, oh, okay, so you guys enjoy that? You're lovers? Like, okay. And Mia says they're not lovers, but it's kind of unclear what they are.
I don't like it. Here's the thing. If you were friends and then you're both like in the spectrum, I guess, of like sexuality, cool. But the fact that they were raised from children as sisters makes it very creepy. And then the disadvantage from Mia's side, something about it feels very creepy to me. I don't like it. I don't think it's cute for that reason.
Yeah, that bothered me too. Because at first, when people were saying it was something between Mia and Jacqueline, I was like, no, they're just sisters. Because I thought they were raised as sisters. But then it's like, okay, there is something, some type of shared sexuality, but they were raised as sisters. It's a little much.
Incestuous a bit, yeah. It reminds me of, what was it like? Do you remember when, God rest her soul, Bobby Christina got with Nick, the brother kind of raised as a brother thing? I didn't like that either. And, Bobby had a lot of issues, and they got together at a very difficult time in her life. It felt very much like she was a victim of something. And so I get that vibe here. I don't know who's older between Jacqueline and Mia, but I feel like I see Mia as a victim in that dynamic almost. And we all know she's not wound too tight either. Like, it's just, there's a lot of stuff going on that I just don't like there. Yeah.
It's not regular, like you meet somebody and then maybe you have an intimate experience or relationship. But when you grow up with somebody in the same household and you have intimacy with them, it just feels weird. But Kempire, what are your thoughts?
Look, I don't get it. I don't understand it. And their lack of clarity on it makes us all just kind of like, what is happening? What is this? You know what I mean? So, and then Mia trying to spin it, I was trying to be a gynecologist and I got a flashlight. Girl, none of this is making sense. And I'd much rather you say, well, yeah, we hooked up in the past. That's it. There's nothing more to it. But they're purposely trying to make it very vague and obscure. And I'm like, what exactly is this? But you're right. The whole element of them growing up together like sisters makes it
uncomfortable.
Interesting.
Yeah. Thank you, Andrella. Andrella Nichols said, going by Karen's checklist, first of all, she contributed to the kids' Christmas fund. So thank you, Andrella. And she said, going by Karen's checklist of what not to do, she won't be hosting her own live show. She will be on next episode. She will be. We saw the preview. It was different. We'll get into that in a minute because it's not what I thought it was going to be. But Karen is going to host, I guess you would say host her own show. She is going to have a live show.
She was just here in New York.
Did you see her
live show?
I didn't go because I found out like a days before. But she had a live show and she had like Crystal Waters performing at it. I was like,
Okay. What song? That's like a one-hit wonder person.
Yeah, you know, you gotta do Crystal Waters like that.
I'm sorry. What song is that?
I can't remember. I can't think of the song right now. The title. You guys in the chat will remember Crystal Waters, but I think she actually had a couple of hits. But it was from back in the day. It was like a dance hit. It's like one hit one.
Oh, she's homeless. That song. Okay.
Yes.
I got it.
I couldn't think of the song.
You know what? Karen comes up with the most. Like she has Macy Gray, now Crystal Waters. It's the most interesting connection. I love it. But I wanna kind of like highlight this because Karen asked Mia. She's trying to figure out what really happened. So Karen asked Mia if she slept with Peter. And Mia's like, no, she didn't sleep with Peter, but her and Gordon slept with Peter's girlfriend. Mm. So now it makes sense what Wendy was saying when people were saying Wendy was lying about Mia's connection to Peter. It's like, no, there was something there. Mia and Gordon slept with Peter's girlfriend. And Peter also made the comment that they did her wrong. They did his girlfriend wrong. They did something to her that she felt wrong by. But what did y'all think about that revelation that it coming out that Mia and Gordon slept with Peter's girlfriend?
I didn't see that coming. And thank God for Karen for pulling it out because I didn't expect that connection to come up. I was like, oh, like, thank you, Karen. And then for us to get that other detail that it was his girlfriend. Was it his girlfriend or his mistress? Because remember, the dates overlap with his marriage.
Oh, no.
That's the thing. He was married at the time to Cynthia. So what happened there?
Oh my God, Cynthia. Oh my God, come back.
She is coming back. You didn't see the tea? She said she's coming. Well, she's coming back.
I want I want a full comeback. I did see, yes.
Yeah, she's coming back just as a not even official friend of. She said friend of, but she'll be making appearances.
Yeah, I saw her at a recent event. But yeah, we want to know what's going on because Cynthia holds this role where she's like the first person to marry two different people on the show, and now she's about to be the first person to divorce two people on Housewives. So she holds a special role, and I want to see it. So I want her to have a peach again. But Andrella Nichols said she wasn't going to have a drunk host. Yeah, because Karen was taking notes on what not to do because she does have a live show. It's not what I thought. It seems to be at an improv, like it's at a comedy club at an improv night, which is smart. That was smart. That's not what I pictured. Why you say that was smart?
I feel like it's smart to have it at that sort of a venue. It's a very intimate venue. So like, for example, now she sees 400 might be tough to sell, the Giselle and Robin. Improv is smaller. It'd be like 100 to 200 people. So start there. Your room will look full. Maybe you'll sell out and you can promote it that way. People have FOMO. Boom. Bigger. I like it. Yeah.
So should she be the only? This is when we get into the business stuff, Grace. So do you think she should have been the only person on stage or because she had two other people on stage with her?
For Karen, she could have however many. Yeah. She could do like different sets, like have one person go, then she goes, and then they do like a little panel at the end, whatever it might be.
Let me tell you something about Miss Karen Huger, and only because I was at BravoCon. She's a smart businesswoman, and she's making her money because she was the only one at that BravoCon bazaar that had a chair there and her lines, and she went there multiple days. A lot of those Bravo celebrities went there like 1 or 2 days, if they even did it. She was there and she had lines around the damn Javits Center. People wanted to see it, but you had to buy something in order to take a picture with her. People were slamming her for that, but I was like, nope. People did it though. They were like, I want a picture with the Grand Dame. So I trust and believe if she was doing that at this live event too, because I'm sure she had a VIP meeting for the people there. She made bank.
Good for her. Yeah, I love her.
Yeah. I do agree with that. That people have to buy something in order to take a picture. I think that's a good strategy and it makes sense. Miss Nikki contributed to the Christmas fund and she said, wait, isn't Jacqueline married?
Isn't she divorced now?
No, it was a baby daddy situation. They were never married.
Oh, they were never married.
Oh. Yeah. He was hot though. Oof. Yeah. When he came in.
I saw she was doing an interview. It might have been Mim's interview, but she made the comment that, Mia exposing that moment of
I hated that.
She said that's the worst thing anybody has ever done to her.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, nobody did anything else worse to her.
But what about the cheating? That's not worse.
This is what she said. She said that was the worst moment. Because the thing is, I guess you trust your friends on a different level than a man.
And she
men
made
you
it
have kids
public.
with. Come on now.
Pardon?
I think you should trust the men you have kids with on a different level than your friends.
But she also made this public on social media.
Yeah, but I know they're both bad, but I don't know. I feel like women always somehow get blamed more
You
than
are comparing
men.
apples and oranges, when, like they were talking about on Watch What Happens Live.
Yeah.
I don't know. I also have friends that I grew up with like sisters, and they've seen me with different men, and the whole time they've still been my friend. So I guess I do. If they were to turn on me, it would really break my heart more so than a man, because I've been friends with them longer. Like I've been friends with them since I was like 8.
Damn.
So I think that's what she meant by that. I understood what she meant.
Yeah.
Thank you, Alice and Elise, for contributing to the Christmas fun. She said, were y'all confused why then Mia got so mad at Wendy for speaking facts? Well, it made sense. In my opinion, it made sense because it was like, okay, it's a spark of truth in what Wendy is saying, and that's why you mad.
You exposed.
That's why you mad. You ain't sleep with Peter, but you slept with Peter's girlfriend.
But who's to say that she didn't sleep with Peter?
That part.
You know what I mean? I feel like she probably did, and that Gordon was watching. Yeah, I feel like they're both into that. Did you get that vibe? Because, Karen only asked her if they included Peter in the bedroom with them both, not if she slept with him individually. So.
And then Karen left. I thought
Andy asked that question at the reunion.
Yeah, maybe so. But Karen really left. She really got up and left. I don't know if it was editing, but she really got up and left after that. I wanted to hear more. But oh my God, if Mia really did sleep with Peter, oh my God.
Because the way she was acting, I don't know. I think that they've exchanged juices before.
Ew. You had to say like that.
I'm sorry. He put a flashlight in her coochie before too.
I pray for your pH, girl. That's all I can say. Drink some water. Drink water.
Drink water.
What are you supposed to do? It's things you're supposed to do for your pH, but look it up and make sure you keep a balance, okay? That's a lot. All right, you guys. So on the next episode, they did a preview of the next episode, and the girl that Candace calls this Ashley's ugly friend actually says that Chris was flirting with her. She calls Eddie Happy Eddie as if there's something there too. What did you guys think of the preview for the next episode, specifically Ashley's friend with the eyebrows? What did y'all think of that?
I'm going through Twitter, and every second I'm seeing a picture of this woman, and I'm just like, ooh, oh. Every time I'm just like, oh. But look, let's be real, because I know sometimes we forget in real life, some of these guys are out here cheating with women that are not at the same beauty level as the woman or as the women that they're with. I don't know if that's the situation with Chris, but these producers are shady with this promo, this preview for the next episode. And can y'all just stop posting that woman on social media for my sake, please?
Oh Lord, you know what? I felt the same way. I have the same kind of reaction when I see. I don't know if it's Botox or filler or what, but there's something going on that's just not gelling well. But and same with you, because I remember Arnold Schwarzenegger when he was married to Maria. Maria's not like a knockout or anything like that, but he cheated with the nanny who was, So these things do happen at the end of the day, but I don't believe that Chris and Eddie are cheating with this woman. I think this woman is just thirsty, and Ashley truly set her up to bring her on TV to peddle these kinds of rumors, and she knew what would happen. She's been on social media long. She knows how ruthless people are. She set the girl up. That whatever her name is, Ashley is not your friend, because wow, I would never do that.
Oh, you think Ashley did it on purpose? You know, it's weird to me how these women think, because we had an episode where Mia felt like Chris was looking at her, and they did the replay. He was not looking at her, even though it was an edit. I really believe Chris wasn't looking at her. And then this girl, I forget her name, but this girl seems to think Chris and Eddie were both looking at her, and it's just like, girl, like, why do you think they're looking at you? Like,
stop.
And why would they do this at an event that's being filmed?
Come on now.
Yeah.
You guys have friends like that who are a little delusional. Like they think everyone's I've had friends like this where they think everyone is checking them out. Everyone is flirting with them. And you're like, no, like that's not even close.
I never had a friend like that.
Problem.
Are you still friends with that person? Like,
it was so young. Like these are like high school / early uni era. So no, like I've even forgotten who they were, but I do remember having some friends like that. Did you say you have too, Kempire? Like,
I have the opposite problem. I don't know when people are flirting with me. You have to be very upfront with me. Like, I want you, or I won't know.
Yeah,
like, that's why. That's why I have received multiple DMs. In regards to Kempire, I guess they feel like they got to tell me to tell Kempire.
No one's telling me to tell Kempire. You guys, I can hook you up with Kempire too.
I don't know the situation. I don't want to get into nothing. So don't DM me. I'm gonna just say that now. Do not DM me about Kempire or Grace. I don't get in people's business like that. I hate to pass the message, but yeah. So we're looking forward to next week's episode. And one thing I wanted to point out. On Watch What Happens Live, it was Giselle and Robin, and Giselle made the comment that Chris apologized. And I have to ask you what you think about Chris breaking down and apologizing for Giselle feeling uncomfortable. I feel like I can read your face, Kempire, but
I'm going to read exactly what Chris said in a tweet after this. He says this in a tweet. Hold on.
Okay.
He says, there goes at Giselle Bryant, twisting people's words and taking zero accountability.
So he didn't apologize. She twisted it. Yeah. Oh my God. Let me look for that tweet.
Because he was so adamant, was it last week? That like, why should I apologize? So I'm interested to know if this was filmed in regards to a conversation that they had. And I wouldn't be surprised that Giselle is spinning something. That whole interview from Watch What Happens Live, it was them spinning. They sat down and decided this is how we're going to address these different topics that are going to come up. And they still fell flat. It's like, you guys don't get this at all. And Robin, we do not believe that you were trying to protect Dr. Wendy Asefo and her job. And that's why you were telling her, stop, you're antagonizing Mia. And I don't believe that these two were saying that they told Mia that she was wrong for what she did in MIA. She's like, that was edited out. Yeah, conveniently.
Yeah, even Andy didn't believe it.
Right? The edits.
Yeah. Grace, what were your thoughts?
I felt like she was lying as well. And again, I'm just so disgusted by it. Just let it go, admit fault, and move on. Because at the end of the day, she offered to go to her room with him. She's like, why don't we go in my dressing room? Like, not even let's talk in the hallway. Let's move to the side. She said, let's go to my room. If anything, she is the one who should probably be apologizing for asking a married man to come to her room.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Don't ask my husband to come to your hotel room. And then talking about some, you think the makeup artist is in there. Don't do that to my husband. Yeah, that's how I feel. But I want to thank you guys for joining me. We do this every week, every Monday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I do mine on CP time, but it's technically 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We review the Real Housewives of Potomac. Whatever happens on the episode, we talk about it. So make sure you follow my guests. The links to their channels are in my description box, and they're also in my comment sections. We have Kempire and we have Grace Report, friends to the channel. This is our second year reviewing this particular show, and we appreciate you guys joining us. So I hope everyone has a Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays. I don't know, if they're going to air an episode next week, but if they do,
it's until the following week.
So New
Year's Eve or New Year's Day.
New Year's Eve.
Yeah, New Year's Eve. New Year's Day. Here we go.
New Year's Day. It'll be on Kempire's channel, right?
Yeah.
All right, you guys. So we start in 2023 off on Kempire's channel.
Yes.
All right, you guys, thanks for joining us. Thank you for contributing to the Christmas fund so my kids can have something for Christmas. We love it. All right, you guys, bye.